Hey guys, it's Ishani, aka Total Makeup Junkie 101. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup haul video. It's been a really long time since I've filmed any type of haul, and the reason for that is because I just haven't been really going crazy with the makeup purchases. I mean, I definitely buy things on occasion simply for review and for me to test out so I can have references for you guys, but I just haven't been going crazy just buying things for myself. There just hadn't been anything new that I was super interested in until lately. I feel like a lot of brands are releasing some really interesting items. So today I have stuff from Sephora. I also went to Namies, which is a beauty supply store that sells some indie brands of makeup. And I also have a couple of PR things that were sent by some companies to show you guys at the end. However, the majority of what I'm showing you guys, I did purchase myself. So let's go ahead and start off with the stuff I bought from Sephora. There is quite a bit. Oh, and I also forgot to mention I do have a couple of drugstore things as well. Not a whole bunch of drugstore, but there are some things. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is the new Giorgio Armani foundation. This is the Power Fabric Long Wear High Cover Foundation, and I ended up picking this up in the shade number 8. This is the first Armani foundation that I have. I haven't even tried it yet because I'm actually saving it for potentially a first impressions demo review type of video if you guys are interested. I have never tried the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation. I know that is a very, very popular foundation. It's just a foundation that didn't super interest me because I do have oily skin, but I heard that this is kind of like the Luminous Silk for people with oily skin, which I was very excited about. So let me know if you guys are interested in a first impressions demo. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about some new Stila releases. I actually haven't purchased anything from the Stila brand in quite a while. I love their liquid lipsticks, but a lot of their newer releases have just kind of been like, not super interesting to me. But these, what are these even called? The Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadows have been getting so much hype, so much love. I was really excited to find these at Sephora. I ended up swatching all of the shades they had on the display, and these were the two that really caught my attention. Kitten Karma and Smoky Storm are the two shades that I picked up. These are absolutely beautiful. They are a liquid shadow that are super, super glitter packed. But the cool thing is it's not just glitter in a clear base. It actually has a colored cream shadow base to it as well. They seem really beautiful. I also ended up picking up two of these new highlighters that Stila has. They're called the Heaven's Hue highlighters. I picked it up in the shade Kitten and in Transcendence. Sorry, Transcendence. That's a really confusing word to say. This is what the packaging of them looks like. They look really, really pretty, and they have like the label on the back. This one is in the shade Kitten, and I absolutely love these highlighters. I've already used each of these shades one time. I actually used Kitten on my face yesterday, and I have Transcendence on my cheeks today. And the formula of these kind of reminds me of the ColourPop Super Shock Cheeks kind of a formula. They are like that putty, moussey, but not super, super creamy, just slightly bouncy formula. I've been applying these with the tip of my beauty blender. I'll just take my beauty blender and swipe across it and then just pat it onto my cheeks, and it gives the most beautiful, slightly subtle glow. These can definitely be built up though. I actually swatched them using my fingers in the store, and with your fingers they apply very, very pigmented. So this shade in Kitten is, you know, the really classic champagne golden, very, very classic Stila color. But this shade in Transcendence is so interesting. It's like a sheer base with a violet pink duochrome. Like I said, this is the one I have on my cheeks today. Super unique, very fun if you have like a cool toned eye going on, because this is a very cool toned highlight, but it's not too bright or in your face. So even a tan skin tone like mine can actually pull it off. I think all all of us are just kind of into that highlighter trend, and I've definitely been into a cool toned duochrome type highlighter thing lately. So we all know Becca released a new shade of their Shimmering Skin Perfector. This one was in Prismatic Amethyst, and I'm pretty sure this is still available right now. I don't know if it's limited edition, but it is this really, really beautiful shade of duochrome amethyst purple. I haven't actually used it yet. I don't know how it compares to Transcendence, but this is a true powder highlight, whereas the Stila one is more of a cream to powder. And then I also got the new Cover FX custom cover drops. They actually released, I think, 3 new shades. This is the one that I picked up. This one is in the shade Halo. Again, that kind of duochrome purple blue flash to it. Such a unique color, such an interesting shade, and a fantastic formula. I really, really love these custom infusion drops, and this is just a very unique way of pulling in this kind of duochrome highlight. So I'm excited to even blend this formula in with my foundation and stuff just to see how it looks. I think it's a fun, interesting twist on makeup. The next product I want to talk about is something I was so excited to see at Sephora because I'd heard so much hype about it. And let me just say, this is one of those products that I didn't think was going to be worth the hype, but for as long as I've been using it, I've been loving it. This is the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. This product is that 24 karat gold infused skincare serum that is basically supposed to do a lot of things. It's supposed to hydrate, it's supposed to help with breakouts, it's supposed to help with hyperpigmentation. It's one of those magic serums that sounds too good to be true. And to be perfectly honest, I've been using this pretty much every single day since I've gotten it. I've blended it in with foundation. I've used it as a primer underneath foundation. I've mixed it in with my moisturizer. I've used this in so many different ways, and I love it. I think if you have oily skin, it could potentially be a little too much to blend it in with your foundation, but when I blend this in with my moisturizer and use it underneath my foundation, I feel like it does a really good job, and it does leave your skin so supple, so hydrated, really, really brightened. I really, really love it. I will continue to use it though, because I know skincare, you need to use it for at least 6 weeks to see if your skin adjusts and to make sure it doesn't break you out. But I can say for 2.5 to 3 weeks, it's going really well. The final thing that I purchased at Sephora is the Marc Jacobs. This is their new coconut gel highlighter, and this is in the shade Do You, and it's kind of like their dew drop, sort of like the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector liquid, but from Marc Jacobs. I've used this one time on my cheeks. I feel like I didn't apply it correctly though. I ended up using my fingers, and I felt like it was just a little too strong of a highlight, so I definitely want to try using it with the Beauty Blender as well as mixing it in with my foundation upcoming, and we'll see how it works. I'm sure it'll be pretty good, but it is quite a bit more pigmented than I was expecting it to be. Let's go ahead and finish up the couple of drugstore things that I have. I picked up just a couple things from Maybelline. There were some things I needed to restock on, a couple new things I wanted to try. One of the newer things is the Maybelline Dream Cushion Fresh Face Liquid Foundation on the go. I already did a full first impressions demo wearing it over the course of an 8-hour day type review video. I will go ahead and link that video in the description box below in case you guys haven't seen it yet, but the shade I picked it up in is Caramel. It is just a tinge too dark for me, but the next shade down was going to be way too light, and I just wanted to try it. It's a classic, like, you know, cushion foundation, and I've actually used it a couple times since that video, and I really do like it. It holds up very, very well on my skin. It's really lightweight. It's just, the color is just a little off, which I'm not crazy about. And then the rest of the things I got from Maybelline are all different kinds of eyeliners. I ended up picking up another one of my Master Precise Skinny in the shade Defining Black. This is my favorite black pencil liner to use on my tight line and on my waterline. It works beautifully. It glides on amazingly. I also ended up picking up one of these Maybelline Lasting Drama waterproof gel pencils. I got it in the shade that one of my friends, Holly Forrest here on YouTube, has been raving about. It's the shade Striking Copper, and it's this beautiful coppery bronzy golden shade, and she puts it on her lower lash line. I'm pretty sure this is the pencil. It's gonna be very awkward if this isn't the right one, but I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure she puts it on her lower lash line and it looks gorgeous on her, so I definitely wanted to try it. And then I also picked up 2 of the Maybelline Master Kajal liners. I picked one up in the black, one in the brown, because I have been obsessed with using these types of Kajal liners on my upper lash line just to kind of smoke out my upper lash line. Not if I'm looking for anything super precise or like a wing or anything like that. For that, I would definitely use liquid liner, but these are perfect for every day. If you just want a little bit of definition, you don't want to put in too much effort, these set really, really well. They last a long time and I love them, so I'm happy with these. So before we jump into the Namies bag, I have a couple of things I picked up from Nordstrom. First off, I got 2 Charlotte Tilbury liners. These are her Lip Cheat Reshape and Resize lip liners. So many people on YouTube absolutely love these liners, so of course I had to pick up the shade Pillow Talk, which I actually haven't used this shade yet, but so many people say this is their holy grail nude liner, and I really wanted to try it because I wondered how it would work on my skin tone because I am of a tan complexion, but I also ended up picking the shade Iconic Nude, and this is one I have used already and I absolutely love it. This shade is a true nude color for my skin tone. It doesn't really lean too warm or too cool. It's not too pink. It's not too gray. It's just very, very nude on my skin. I also picked up 2 things from MAC. I picked up 2 of their newer shades of their Retro Matte liquid lip colors. I really, really do like these. I feel like these don't get enough hype or enough love on YouTube. They're very good liquid lipsticks. So the first shade I picked up is called Dash O Spice, and it's kind of like this interesting gray camel type color. It's interesting. That's why I picked it up. It's actually also why I picked up this shade in Young Attitude, and this is a teal, turquoise, dark peacock blue, interesting lip color, and I thought this would be fun. I have never really seen a liquid lipstick color that looks like this, especially by a mainstream brand like MAC, so I was just excited to try these. Jumping into the Namies bag now. So like I said, if you guys have never been to Namies, it is a makeup store here in Los Angeles. It's in the Valley, and it is a pro makeup store. So if you are a professional makeup artist, you do get a discount at Namies. If you're not a professional makeup artist, you can still shop there. You'll just be paying full price, and I usually go there to pick up some essentials, like they have beauty blenders and a bunch of different things, but they also have a bunch of brands, mainstream brands. They have MAC, they have Bobbi Brown, they have Laura Mercier, Smashbox, Stila, all of that kind of stuff. But then they also have some more indie brands, like they have Dose of Colors, which I have some Dose of Colors things to show you guys. The reason I actually went into Namies was to pick up these 2 new Dose of Colors eyeshadow palettes because I really, really love Dose of Colors, and every time they come out with a new product, I always kind of have my eye out for them because I've never really been disappointed in a Dose of Colors purchase. So when I heard that these 2 new palettes were coming out, they're both 5-pan matte eyeshadow palettes, and I have used the Dose of Colors, their ice cream palette, and that had some matte colors in it as well, and those mattes were beautiful, super smooth, easy to blend, easy to work with. I absolutely loved them, so I was very excited to see these 2 palettes. They have their Baked Browns palette and their Marvelous Mauves palette. This is what the packaging of them looks like. It does kind of have like that metallic mirrored finish, and then there is like a label on the back with all of the colors you get. When you pop the palette open, it does have a long mirror across the top. You also get a double-ended brush. It has kind of like a flat shader brush and then like a small pointed tapered brush, which I've actually used the pointed taper brush both times. I've used each of these palettes 1 time already. So as far as this Baked Browns palette goes, you can see all very neutral, definitely a little bit warm toned. This color right here is super warm toned. I used this palette yesterday actually, and I came up with a really, really beautiful look. These mattes are a little bit powdery, but they blend beautifully. They're very, very pigmented. They take absolutely no work, and they're just effortless. I love them. And then as far as the Marvelous Mauves palette, one thing I will say is these palettes do hold fingerprints like crazy. But the Marvelous Mauves palette is definitely more of your cool toned, purple toned palette. This is the palette I'm wearing on my eyes today. I did use once again, a shimmery base all over the lid, and then I used all 5 of these colors to basically create all of the accents. I have this darker color on as a smudgy liner. This is my highlight. All 3 of these are like crease, transition, blending shades, just beautiful formula on every single color in both of these palettes. I think Dose of Colors did an excellent job. Continuing on with Dose of Colors, they also recently released this new gold highlighter. It's not the newest product they have, but I hadn't had a chance to see it in person, and of course when I was at Namies, I went and swatched it and it looked absolutely gorgeous. And I thought, you know what, this is one of those products that you can use not just as a face highlight, but it made a beautiful shadow. This is the product. It says gold is the new black, Supreme Glow Highlight. And I have not had a chance to use this yet. I haven't even had a chance to look at it. It is just beautiful. It's not too yellow of a gold. It's that perfect kind of like slightly bronzy gold, but I would definitely say it does lean gold. But I could definitely see this working mainly for people with a medium to darker complexion because it is a darker highlight, but I'm all for it. I think it looks beautiful. Finally, from Dose of Colors, I also picked up one of their newer shades of their liquid lipsticks. I love the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks, and as much as I want to pick up every single shade they release because they're all gorgeous, I have been trying to kind of not buy as many lip products, even though, let's be real, you guys will probably be seeing a lip swatch video coming up soon. We just know how that goes. But anyways, I picked up the shade Mondays, and the way it's spelled is like M-O-N-D-A-Z-E, like days. I think that's really funny. But this is a beautiful kind of warm reddish orange, like a rusty orangey nude brown. One liquid lipstick formula that I was curious to try because my friend was raving about them, saying how fabulous they were, but nobody on YouTube has talked about these. At least I have not seen anybody talk about these. Even on the display, they were kind of at the back of the display where you wouldn't even realize it was a new formula. It is the Lorac Pro liquid lipsticks. Once again, have not heard anything about them, but my friend kept raving about the shade Sienna. She kept saying how amazing it was beautiful, it was so unique, it was so pigmented, it lasted so well, it smelled so good. So of course, I ended up picking it up. This is the shade Sienna. It is a beautiful, again, that warm, neutral, nudie brown, probably very similar to the Dose of Colors one I just showed you. To be honest, I probably did not need both of them. I will say that this one is already separated in the tube, so you definitely have to give these a good shake before you use them. But I'm excited. It's the first time I've bought something from Lorac in maybe over a year. I don't think I've bought anything from Lorac in a while, other than their like holiday palette, but in terms of their permanent like collection of items, it's been a while. So I am really excited to try that formula. And then finally from Namies, I picked up 2 new shades of one of my holy grail all-time favorite products. These are my favorite eyeshadow sticks, eyeshadow bases ever. I use them pretty much every single time I put on eyeshadow, which is every single time I put on makeup, which is multiple times a week. Just saying. So these are the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick Eye Colors. I don't know if I already said that, but I picked them up in 2 shades that I hadn't seen at Sephora. I don't know if they're new or if Sephora just doesn't carry these shades in particular. The 2 shades that I got are Gilded Gold and Burnished Bronze. And these are 2 really pretty neutral shades. Her kind of metallic-y colors, the ones with the shimmer in this line, are my favorite. They are the best eyeshadow bases ever. I love that they come in a stick, so easy to use. I just quickly blend them out with my finger. Sometimes I'll use them even by themselves. Today I actually used the shade Amethyst as my kind of shimmery color that's all over my lid, and then I went in with that Dose of Colors mauve palette that I told you guys to kind of help add all the contrast. So that was everything that I purchased from Sephora and from Namies. Now I told you I did have a couple of PR things to show you guys at the end. If you guys know me and my channel, you know that A, I don't receive a lot of PR, and B, just because I receive something for free by a company doesn't mean I'm gonna come on here and tell you guys how much I love it and just talk it up, because that's just not what my channel is about. But there are some exciting new things, and there's this one thing that I got that I was just kind of blown away by that I just wanted to show you guys and share. So first off, this one I'm probably the most excited about. Ofra sent me the new Ofra and Nikki Tutorials collaboration collection. This is something I was so excited about ever since I saw the little teasers and the teaser swatches floating around Instagram. I knew I was going to get this. So this is what the box looks like. So cute. They did a really great job with the actual packaging. And then the actual collection comes with 3 of the Ofra liquid lipsticks and 1 highlighter. So I'm actually going to be doing a full review and lip swatching all 3 of these lip colors coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. Ofra also sent over some of their new, or I guess re-released shades of their liquid lipsticks. In case you guys weren't familiar, Ofra had a collection of liquid lipsticks that were like duochrome, metallic. Some of them were almost like triple chrome, so they had a really cool effect on the lips, and those were limited edition shades that were discontinued quite a few months back, but they actually relaunched some of them, so they sent those over. Now I actually own all 4 of these in my collection already, so I'm not going to be opening these. I'm actually going to be saving them for some sort of giveaway in the future, but just in case you guys are curious about the shades, this shade here is Monaco, this one here is Versailles, and then this shade is Emerald City, and this one is Wonderland. And I will just say Emerald City is the coolest. Let me just show this one to you guys. I'm not actually going to open the tube up, but just look at this duochrome. It's kind of like this brown reddish base with this emerald duochromy sparkle. It's like MAC blue brown pigment in a liquid lipstick. It's the coolest thing. Even just looking at it in the tube, it's so unique. Also, in case you guys don't know, I am affiliated with Ofra, which means I do have a coupon code. It's just Ishani. It'll get you 30% off. In case you guys are going to place an order, don't feel pressured to use it. It's not a big deal if you don't want to, but I just figured I'd mention it. And then the final PR thing I did just want to share with you guys, because I thought it was so generous and so cute when I opened the box. I just did not expect this. But Smashbox sent over this giant box of primers. Are you guys even absorbing the cuteness that is this box? It's like this red glitter giant cardboard box, and then are you ready to see what's inside? It has all of the Smashbox primers. Everything from their original, the light primer, the primer water, the primer oil, the pore minimizing primer, which this is my holy grail primer of all time. I love it so much. And then at the bottom you have like the hydrating, and then a bunch of like the color correcting ones. This was such a shock to open up. I definitely did not expect it. I am so thankful to Smashbox for sending that over, because once again, you guys know that the pore minimizing primer is my holy grail. It has been forever. I've purchased tube after tube of that stuff. I've never tried their color correcting one or the hydrating one or even the original one. So I'm definitely excited to be playing around with those. So yeah, that is pretty much everything. Thank you guys so much for watching this makeup haul. Let me know what you guys want to see future reviews, future get ready with me's, what products you want to see in action, what products do you want to see swatched. Let me know all of that good stuff in the comments down below. In case you guys want to watch my most recent video, I will go ahead and link it up here for you guys. And if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you doing? Click the link right there. And I will also go ahead and link a couple other videos over here for you guys that I think you might be interested in. But until next time, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting and subscribing. And I will talk to you guys in my next video on Thursday. I will see you then. Bye!